Hello everyone, this is Meenakshi Dilip Birari, working as an assistant professor in chemistry at Maratha Vidya Prasarak Samaj, Nasik. Today we are going to discuss what is rate law, types of rate law, and also rate constant and its unit. We know that chemical kinetics is the study of rate or speed of the reaction, such as the way reaction take place. So that a rate can be of three types. Some reactions are very fast, some reactions are slow, or some reactions are moderate in nature. That means different reactions occur at different rates. In previous lectures, we have studied what is rate of chemical reaction and also factors affecting rate of reaction in detail. Now, in today's lecture, we have to study what is rate law, types of rate law, and also rate constant and its unit in detail. So, let's go further. The dependence of the rate of the reaction on reactant concentration at a given temperature is given by the law of mass action. The law was proposed by Goldberg and Weig. So each reaction has its own equation that expresses its rate as a function of concentrations of the involved species. The involved species may be reactants, products or catalysts. This is called its rate law. That means any equation that expresses its rate as a function of the concentrations of the involved species is called its rate law. Consider the reaction A plus B gives the product C. We know that rate of chemical reaction means the speed or the velocity of the reaction. The rate of reaction can be defined by the changes in concentrations of reactant or product. So that a rate is proportional to the changes in the concentration of reactant A and B. So it can be given that rate is equal to change in concentration of reactant A per unit time t or change in concentration of reactant B per unit time t or change in concentration of product C per unit time t. Rate law help us to calculate the rate of a reaction and not a rate of reactant. So we should remember rate law help us to calculate the rate of reaction and not a reactant. In general, rates of reactions increases as the concentration increases since there are more collisions occurring between reactants. So already in previous lectures we have studied what are the factors affecting rate of reaction. We know that as the concentration increases, the rate of reaction also increases. That means concentration is directly proportional to the rate of reaction. So that as the more collisions occur between the reactants, the concentration increases and also rate of reaction increases. More collisions, that means more concentration of reaction and also rate of reaction increases. The overall concentration dependence of the reaction rate is given in a rate law or rate expression. For reactions which follow the simple rate law, it can be given as V is equal to K concentration of reactant A raised to M, concentration of reactant B raised to M, where A and B, these are nothing but the concentration of reactants, and the exponents M and N, these are the reaction order with respective to the specific reactant. The constant K, it is called rate constant or velocity constant, and the overall reaction order is the sum of the reaction orders, that is M plus N. So the simple rate laws can be explained by using this V is equal to K concentration of reactant A raised to M, concentration of reactant B raised to M. The constant K is also known as rate constant or velocity constant. So we should remember rate of reaction increases as the concentration increases because more collisions occur between the reactants, and the dependence of the concentration of reaction rate is given in a rate law or rate expression. The rate law or rate equation or rate expression is a mathematical explanation of the variation of the rate of a chemical reaction at a function of time t. The reaction rate depends on concentration of reactants at a fixed temperature. According to the law of mass action, the rate of chemical reaction at any instant is proportional to the molar concentration of the reacting substance at that instant. So that the rate of reaction is directly proportional to the reactant concentrations. Each concentration brings raised to some power, so that we can explain rate law in simple terms. That means rate law is defined as an experimentally determined equation that expresses the rate of a chemical reaction in the terms of molar concentration of the reactants. So that according to the law of mass action, the rate of chemical reaction at any instant is proportional to the molar concentration of the reacting substance at that instant. The rate law, it is experimentally determined, and the derived rate law for a reaction must be consistent with the postulated chemical mechanism of the reaction. If we consider the general reaction, A moles of A plus B moles of reactant B gives C moles of product C and D moles of product D. So according to this general equation, the rate law is given as rate is equal to K concentration of reactant A raised to M concentration of reactant B raised to N. So the rate law, it is nothing but defined as an experimentally determined equation that expresses the rate of chemical reaction in the terms of molar concentration of the reactants. So let me tell you that the rate law is directly proportional to the reactant concentration raised to an experimental components. So basically, if the reactant concentration is more, then the rate of reaction will also be more. If the concentration of reactant increases, the rate of reaction also increases. So the rate law, it is experimentally determined, and if we consider the general reaction, the rate law is given by using this expression, that is K is equal K into concentration of reactant A raised to M concentration of B raised to N, where K is nothing but the rate constant or velocity constant, A is the concentration of reactant, B is the concentration of reactant, and M and N, these are the reaction orders. If we consider the example, that is decomposition of nitrogen dioxide by using this twice NO2 gives twice NO plus O2. So the rate is given for this equation, that is K concentration of NO2 raised to N, where K is the rate constant, NO2 is the reactant raised to N, concentration of reactant raised to N, and N and M, these are the order of the individual reactant. So the concentrations of the products do not appear in the rate law because the reaction rate is being studied under conditions where the reverse reaction does not contribute to the overall rate. So we should remember that rate law shows how the rate depends on the concentration of the reactants. The concentrations of the products do not appear in the rate law because The reaction rate is being studied under the conditions where the reverse reaction does not contribute to the overall rate. So for the decomposition of nitrogen dioxide, we can give the rate law, that is K into concentration of NO2 raised to N, where K is nothing but the rate constant or velocity constant. So we should remember the rate law related to the concentrations of the reactants and not to the products. Rate laws are always determined experimentally. We should remember reaction order is always defined in terms of reactants and not for the product concentrations. The order of a reactant is not related to the stoichiometric coefficient of the reactant in the balanced chemical equation. Suppose we take this example, F2 plus twice ClO2 gives twice FClO2. So rate is given by using this equation. Rate is equal to K into concentration of F2 and concentration of ClO2. These are nothing but the reactants. We know that a rate law is equal to K into concentration of reactant A raised to M, concentration of reactant B raised to N. So here the order of a reactant is not related to the stoichiometric coefficient of the reactant in the balanced chemical equation. So here the stoichiometric coefficient is there, but in this equation there is no stoichiometric coefficient. So order of a reactant is not related to the stoichiometric coefficient of the reactant in the balanced chemical equation. So we should remember rate law are always determined experimentally and the order is always defined in terms of reactants concentrations. We should take some examples of simple and complex rate laws. Reactions with simple rate laws. H2 plus I2 gives the product twice HI. The rate law is given as V is equal to K concentration of reactants H2 and concentration of reactant I2. The second example, it is also for simple rate law. The reactions with complex rate laws, in that we can take this example, H2 plus Br2 gives twice HBr, and the rate law for the complex rate laws that will be represented here. So some reactions are multi-step reactions, sequence of elementary steps which includes the various steps involved. Br2 gives the formation of Br plus Br, Br plus H2 gives H plus HBr, then H plus Br2 gives Br plus HBr, and Br plus Br gives Br2. Like that, several multi-step are there. However, the overall rate cannot involve the intermediate species. So these are the examples for simple and complex rate laws. Again, we can consider this another example. Twice H2O2 gives twice H2O plus O2. So general expression for the rate, it is given rate is equal to minus 1/2 concentration of reactant H2O2 per unit time equal to concentration of product per unit time. Actual experimentally determined form of the rate law, it is related to the concentration of reactant only. So that rate is equal to K into concentration of H2O2 raised to 1. So already we have discussed that the rate law is related to the concentration of reactants and not to the concentration of product. Types of rate law. There are the different types of rate law. First one, differential rate laws, which expresses the relationship between the concentration of reactants and the rate of the reaction. The differential rate law is usually just called the rate law. Second one, integrated rate laws, which expresses the relationship between the concentration of the reactants and time. there are the several ways to determine the rate law. These are differential rate law, integrated rate law, initial rate method, and also the various methods are there to determine the rate law. So differential rate law uses the calculus method, integrated rate law uses graphing software, and initial rate law, it includes the uses of data tables. So there are the several ways to determine the rate law. For the determination of rate law, the measurement of related to the changes in concentration will be carried out for one reactant on a rate while keeping the other reactant constant. So how the rate law can be determined? Measure the effect of changes in concentration of one reactant on rate while keeping the other reactant constant. So these are the various methods and also the types of rate law: differential rate law and integrated rate law. Now the rate constant. What is rate constant? Rate constant is defined as the rate of the reaction when the molar concentration of each reactant is taken as unity. The proportionality constant, it is called as the specific velocity constant or rate constant or specific reaction rate. The rate constant is the characteristic of the reaction and it's different for different reactions. It depends on temperature and it usually increases with increase in temperature. So to define the rate constant, each reactant is taken as a unity. The molar concentration of each reactant is taken as unity. So rate constant is defined as the rate of the reaction when the molar concentration of each reactant is taken as unity. So that rate is equal to K into concentration of reactant A raised to M, concentration of reactant B raised to M, when concentration of reactant A and concentration of reactant B is equal to 1. That means molar concentration of each reactant is taken as unity. Then we can find rate constant, that is rate is equal to K. If we put the value here, concentration of A and concentration of B equal to 1, then we will get rate is equal to K. That is called as rate constant. Thus the rate constant is numerically equal to the rate of the reaction when all the reactants are at unit concentrations. So when the concentration of reactant is unity, the rate of the reaction is equal to the rate constant. Thus the rate constant is numerically equal to the rate of the reaction when all the reactants are at unit concentration. The rate constant is characteristic of the reaction and is different for different reactions. So we should remember rate constant, it is defined as the rate of the reaction when the molar concentration of each reactant is taken as unity. So that rate is equal to K. Rate constant depends on temperature and also it increases with increase in temperature. Now what is the unit of rate constant? Now we know that rate law, it is given as K into concentration of reactant A raised to X, concentration of reactant B raised to Y. So that to find out the unit of rate constant, we have rate constant is equal to rate divided by concentration of reactant A raised to X, concentration of reactant B raised to Y. By using this equation, we have rate constant K is equal to rate divided by concentration of reactant A and B raised to X, Y. Therefore, we know that rate is given in terms of change in concentration per unit time, and these are also the concentrations of reactant A and B. So that 1 upon concentration. We know that the unit of concentration is mole per liter, unit for time is second. So by using this and by simplifying, we'll get mole raised to 1 minus n L raised to n minus 1 per second. So that to find out the unit for different reactions, different order of reactions, we can put the value of n and we'll get the unit of rate constant for zero order reaction, for first order reaction, and also for second order reaction. If we take zero order reaction, we can put here n is equal to 0, so that unit of rate constant will become mole per liter per second for zero order reaction. Secondly, if we put 1 minus 1 L raised to 1 minus 1 per second, so that we get the unit per second for first order reaction. Similarly, if we put the value of n is equal to 2, we get the unit for second order reaction is mole per liter per second. So by using that, we can find out the unit for rate constant of zero order reaction, first order reaction, and second order reaction. So in general, rate constant, it is having the unit mole raised to 1 minus n L raised to n minus 1 per second. So in today's lecture, we have studied what is rate law, rate constant, and its unit in detail. In next lecture, we have to study order of a reaction and also molecularity of reaction in detail. Thank you.